Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back for a little more mid-tier French tank gameplay. This will be a battle from the 25th of January, 2018. And I was looking to finish out the research for both my AMX M4 and my AMX 13. Was kind of hoping I could knock them out in the same battle. Got a nice domination on Ardennes, which usually lends itself pretty well to some research. Usually a good way to get a good bit of research accomplished with the first capture. Now notice how far ahead I am of the whole team here. I am racing away from everyone. And watch how much time there is from the time I get to the A point and stop. And watch how much of my team is coming behind me. It should be painfully obvious to anybody coming up behind me that I'm waiting at the A point for the rest of the team. Look how much of our team is heading for the A point. And an M18 blows right through the A point. Now, he's not intending to capture it. The second M18 goes around, but the first one goes through. He continues on through, and then he stops and starts the capture. So, watch how much of our team actually gets in on the capture here at A, and watch how many of them are just outside the border. Somewhere between 5 to 7 of our guys didn't get in on the capture and could have had 300 more SP. This is don't be that guy. So I ended up putting artillery on the B point as they were capturing it. And then pushed on towards the northwestern side of the town here to move up into the woods and look for any enemy tanks coming in. And you can see right there how much of our team had a capture on the A point, and it's just nowhere near enough. And that guy, the angry guy in the chat there, was one of the Carnarvons that was coming up behind us at the A point and missed out on the cap, so I don't blame him. But anyway, having at least gotten in on the capture, I'm moving up alongside the C point, and I'm just going to keep paralleling in the woods here looking for any enemies I might discover. Creeping along kind of slowly here in simulator view mode. And come around corner and catch a blindsided tiger. But what should have been a pretty good shot into the side of his turret to knock out his breach, that did nothing. He backs away. I don't think he knew where it was coming from. I did manage to get a shot in against his transmission, which at the angle was not going to do much. He came back and got a shot at me. I thought I was toast, but luckily it bounced off my armor. And then I managed to get just a hit into his barrel, and I think I scared him enough with his gun barrel damage that he didn't fire. I get another shot into his upper armor, and then eventually just close into point-blank range to deal with him. Aim, and then knock out his entire crew with a shot through the middle of his body there. Thankfully, my frontal armor held, and thankfully he blew his barrel out when he tried to fire. Quite a bit of a fight actually going on here. I find myself with a clear road up to the B point, driving past an enemy heavy being marked, and decided I'm just going to decap the B point and take their score away from them. And what do I discover here but a pair of Tiger 2s. Chanced the ammo storage in the back of his turret. Almost nobody has it there anymore, but at least I took out his breach and his commander and his gunner and everything too. Then was able to finish him, and the other Tiger got taken out by an IS-2, and I'm pretty sure I knocked out my own tracks with my artillery there. And then, unfortunately, with the AMX M4's lack of smoke, I didn't have any way to cover myself. Started taking some damage, but I was at least decapping the B point, and was also able to mark the guys that were about to knock me out right before I got killed, so did the best I could with decapping and marking where they were for the team. Thought about coming back in the Leo 451, then realized, wait a minute, hold on. Can also spade out the AMX 13 here if we do good in the AMX 13, and got a pretty good chance of that. There's still quite a bit of fighting going on. So instead of the bomber, I came back in the AMX 13. And for both the AMX M4 and the AMX 13 by this point, I only had transmission left to research, so there was a pretty good shot with a decent battle that I'd be able to pull it off with both of them. Did alright with the AMX M4. Not too bad of a start. Was hoping for something reasonably good as well in the AMX 13. And like I'm saying in the chat, it's a slight bit of an exaggeration, but if you look at how many people we have near the B point and we aren't capturing it, it's kind of silly. I mean, there are 7 guys within range of it, about 5 really right next to it. And a couple that are past it, which is just silly when they could just dip through it and decap it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Now on the mini-map, as I get stuck on this house here, I can see that my 2 SPAA down in the southwest, or southeast rather, are fighting some sort of a medium, and I turn to go help them because we've got guys all over the C point, and we do now have guys all over the B point. So I'm derailing to go over and help the 2 SPAA that are in a lot of trouble here. And one of them gets taken out. And you can see it's a Panther F, and as I'm trying to get my sights on him here, I'm not entirely sure where he actually is. Now I can see we've got the Zis truck over there, or the gas truck rather, not Zis truck. There's a gas truck over there off to the right, but he's not clicking on the map, nor is he firing at anyone. Now I don't blame him for not shooting at a Panther F, but he also didn't click on the map. Now I can spot the Panther F here, and while I couldn't get a gunshot on him, I was able to get my binoculars on him and scout him, which was more for my benefit of tracking him than for anybody else's, as I'm now going to try and chase him down. Thankfully, you can see him on the map. He's also getting marked by the gas truck. I get a good shot into his engine and crew compartment, come around, wait for the gun whip to stop, and get a kill assist on him because I was waiting for the gun whip to stop. It's alright though, an assist is still score. I'll take it. The C point has been captured, the B point is not captured, but it is decaptured. The enemy team starts capturing it. And you can see some enemies getting marked on the mini-map there. There's a SPAA somewhere close by that I'm trying to spot and find here. He gets knocked out, it's the Whirlwind, and then up forward in front of me, what do we find but a Studer Emil? Right as I scout him, and then go to follow him up, he gets strafed out by a Spitfire, and there's another assist. Put artillery short of the B point so that anybody who had captured it and was trying to press into our side might run into my artillery. And then pressed in to see what else I could find. Actually did hit somebody with my artillery. I was kind of surprised by that. Not surprised that I didn't damage them because it was random scatter artillery, but I did actually hit him. Now I can hear an engine off to my left. And as I come around this building, oh, look what I find. Take the moment here to scout him before I shot him, just in case somehow I didn't kill him, or if I got killed out before I got the shot off, but I did actually take him out. But it's always worth it. You get a little tiny bit of extra score there for scouting guys, and you might as well scout them before you can shoot them yourself. Works out. Now there's obviously quite a few enemies back towards our spawn who are firing, and enemies in close on my teammate SPA up there to my northwest. But I'm going to press in and try to scout guys because there's AAA firing at my airplane, so I'm going to try and mark him so they can get a good look where he is and hopefully take him out. And I'll take him down myself if I get the opportunity. Aquelian just took out the Zis 43 that was our SPA next to theirs. Got a scout on the Tiger, and then I'm going to try and damage his tracks to hold him in place there for airstrikes. And, of course, not quite happening. Turned to run away from him now that I'll have his attention, and pop my smoke to get away and give myself a little cover. Shouldn't have popped the smoke there. I would have been able to get away from him pretty quickly here, but you'll see in a second why that was not the best idea. He did take damage shortly thereafter from something. And there's the Quellian firing into the capture point. Now I don't have smoke here to cover myself. So I rolled back out of the capture point to try and go around it and come in from the other side and get into a position where I can hopefully help this IS-2 with the Quellian, who he just took out himself. So now I'm trying to just get around and get into the capture point, and I'm just too far away and not quite fast enough to get in on the cap at B again, but we at least took it, and in the meantime I decided to back in here so that I could drive away quickly if the Tiger were to come around over the top of this hill. So I'm backing in for the B point, ready to haul forward if and when an enemy comes up over the top of the hill here. So we know there's at least the Tiger back there, and there's at least one SPAA that we saw as well. They're starting to take out the C point, so I drop artillery there. And I'm waiting to reload my smoke here, essentially, is all I'm doing right now. The hiccups there both times in this video were just something that happened from the recording process. I'm not exactly sure what. Here comes our friend the Tiger. Get him scouted real quick. He shot over me on the run, I think. I got a good hit, knocked out his driver and his transmission. Got another good hit and took out his commander, his gunner, his breach, and his horizontal drive. And before I could really do much to finish him off, start a fire or anything, the Ostwind comes up over the hill too, and that's pretty much going to be it. Right as I'm about to reload my 4th smoke shell, he manages to take me out. Oh well. I put a real good hurting on the Tiger and see that there's another Tiger coming. So now it's time to come in the Leo 451 early. And with the amount of tickets left on the enemy team and the rate that they're bleeding out, all I can do here is hope to get into a power dive and just speed to the cap and bomb them out at B, and it's just not quite gonna happen. You just don't have the engine power, don't have the dive momentum to cover the amount of distance that there is from the spawns to the actual ground battle here. Even though they captured the B point and sort of halved the ticket rate, it just isn't gonna happen. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have made it even if I'd used my F6, F5, but still. Let's see how we did. Now, obviously, the title of the video is called A-Spading We Will Go, but there it is. Spaded out the AMX M4, 3,780. Finished out the transmission. And also spaded out the AMX 13 and got 3,760 research towards the AMX 50 there. So 2 times 3,700 something plus 4,355. That's a pretty good amount of research for not even having any kind of boosters. So not bad at all. Spaded out the 13 and the M4, and that was good timing because I had a couple tanks coming up behind them that I needed to do first 10s for. And they're not the AMX 50. Mystery! There's the scouting. You can see how well it went. 6 targets scouted. 2 of them got destroyed. 1 of them got damaged. That was good enough for a few assists and a 4th or 5th place. Not too bad. And here comes that battle log. Nothing spectacular, but not bad either. There's a few things that aren't on the battle log, like the scouting. And there you can see the reward boost for the AMX 13 and the reward boost for the AMX M4 from the same battle there. So that'll do for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. You can see where getting those boosters and finishing off those tiers of modification really do pay off. So spade out those vehicles, guys. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and checking this one out, and we'll see you next time.